And well, amid all the issues that we spoke about within the Congress party, it seems like the most pressing issue in Karnataka has been solved. It's not the rising prices, it's not unemployment, it's not infrastructure collapse. It is, wait for it, the dire need for your MLAs to nap in peace in the assembly itself. Well, viewers, who knew that governance could be this simple? Just throw in some fancy recliners and suddenly attendance skyrockets. But why stop here? Maybe add massage chairs, foot spas and silk blankets as well. Citizens are reeling under the impact of the Congress party's khatakat model, which indirectly led to the increase in prices of milk, of fuel, of government hospital services, which even made the state's top ministers admit that for more than 3 months, payments for welfare schemes like Griha Lakshmi were delayed. But the real poor things are the overworked MLAs. Just imagine the plight of these MLAs, exhausted from their management of Karnataka's economic mess, skyrocketing inflation and the crumbling governance. They just need some snooze time. The senior legislators in Karnataka have requested that they need time for a quick nap after lunch, and that if they go out of the premises, they won't return for the house for the rest of the session. So the genius idea by the Assembly Speaker, UT Khadar, is to install these recliners in the House. He says that 15 recliners will be taken on rent and will be installed in the Assembly lobby. Take a look at how pragmatic our netas are, because the Speaker says that he's not going to buy these recliners, he will only get them on rent. How considerate, isn't it? Let's get this straight. Ordinary citizens on one hand are expected to work harder and harder to pay more taxes and survive these rising costs, while their elected representatives get the taxpayer-funded nap zones. So if these MLAs need recliners to stay awake during debates, maybe the problem isn't actually sleep deprivation, it is the sheer disinterest in governance. It's this Sheesh Mahal type mindset that we need to question, because when MLAs stop attending the assembly sessions post-lunch, you and I shouldn't question their commitment according to them. We instead should give them these luxury naps at the cost of our hard-earned taxpayer money. And if you thought that Karnataka needed governance and good policies to tackle inflation and price hikes, think again, because it turns out that all that was needed was some good recliners for these MLAs. So let's forget debating the state's issues. Let's instead debate the recliner angles and the ideal nap duration for the Karnataka sleep-deprived lawmakers. It's a great solution, Mr. Speaker, but next, why not introduce a legislator's lounge with Netflix subscription and some popcorn as well? Well, viewers, does it look like I'm on a vacation? Isn't this what we think of when we think of a good off day? A good, comfortable recliner to fall back on, a good movie to watch, or a nap without a care for what's happening around the world. But what if I told you that this is what the MLAs of Karnataka will be treated to in the Karnataka Assembly every day? And for what? For merely turning up to do their duty and to their work. You see, it's too much to ask the MLAs to be present for about 10 hours every day in a session that goes on for about 12 to 15 days, maybe every 6 months. Never mind that we, the taxpayers, spend hours at office every week, and well, we are the ones who are paying for all of these luxuries of our netas. But here's the rationale that has been given by the Speaker. Recliners in the Assembly will ensure that the elected representatives, the one that you have voted for, will just turn up to work. Because you see, after lunch, many of these MLAs just don't turn up because they need to go for a quick nap. So what's the solution? The Speaker thinks recliners in the Assembly where the MLAs can take a quick nap will ensure that they turn up back for the session, because the post-lunch session actually sees a dip in attendance. So for the netas to just come on time for the session, there's free breakfast, because again, look at the rationale here. The MLAs would otherwise get late waiting for breakfast and they may not turn up for the session. In the Congress's favorite words, poor things. Some free breakfast to reach on time and then to return to work after a good, sumptuous free lunch. Recliners that will be waiting inside the Assembly. And the Speaker admits that many of the MLAs don't actually turn up for the post-lunch session. So now you can take a quick nap, and then maybe if you have the time for it, think about the people's issues, what you've actually been elected for. So the development issues in Karnataka can wait, the unfulfilled guarantees in Karnataka can wait, and while the common man cries over the increased milk prices, the medical charge and the bus fares going up, these netas will be busy napping in their luxury recliners. Isn't this the true Sheesh Mahal mindset? To these MLAs, we ask, are you serious? So the voters and the people in Karnataka must be wondering, are these the priorities of the Congress government in Karnataka? A lot to talk about. With that, we're slipping into a quick break. We'll be right back to stay with us.